Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's session. Today, we're going to be focusing on businesses and money. And we're going to be looking at from the perspective where in the past, women were not allowed to have their own money, let alone have their own business. Everything they had belonged to their husband, their brother, parents, whoever they were. And often we still have that programming in us that we must help somebody else build their business. Women are so good at being organized and helping somebody else grow. Behind every successful man is a woman. Well, why does there have to be a woman? Why can't they just be a woman on their own, on her own, and succeed in whatever area she wants to succeed? So where are certain programmings holding us back? That's what I wanted to dive into with you today, because this is also a problem that I had myself like 6 years, 7 years ago. Now, when I was starting out, I realized that there is all that programming that was holding me back. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Again, it's gonna be a channel session. I don't know exactly what's gonna come through. I'm gonna be using the releasing process. I highly encourage you to repeat the statements out loud with me. That's how it's going to go deeper. You will start noticing that you're sometimes with some statements, when you try to say them out loud, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle breathing. You're going to struggle say it. That's how you will really notice that something is really shifting. Just listening to me, yes, it's going to do the something to you. Of course, we are moving the energy, but really it's going to be so much more powerful when you say it out loud. And you might be surprised what the statements, with which statements you're going to struggle the most. Even I sometimes, when I do the sessions and I kind of like channel and tune in and suggest certain statements, I'm often surprised that I struggle with certain statements that I never thought I had a problem with. So I highly encourage you to do it with me. I hope you're in a place where you're by yourself, where nobody is present, so that you can, fully express yourself. And yeah, make yourself as comfortable as you need to. You might want to lie down. If this is how you're going to be more comfortable, it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna, as always, share my slides. And I invite you to put awareness at the center of your heart. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. Just allow yourself to be fully present in the here and the now. Put your awareness somewhere 300 feet above your crown. Tap into the love and light, 300 feet above your crown. Allow this love and light to begin coming down on your crown, on your forehead, on your ajna, on your throat, heart, solar plexus, navel. This energy is going all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. Tap into the love and light at the center of Mother Earth. Allow this love and light to begin coming up through your feet, through your body, coming into your heart, filling up your heart with love and light. A sphere of love and light is beginning to form itself at the center of your heart. It's beginning to expand. It's becoming as big as your house, as big as your town, as big as this planet. Think about your business. Think about money and your relationship to it. Now put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth. Imagine there is an elevator. The door is opening. You are stepping inside. The door closes and the elevator is beginning to rise through the crust of the earth, through your body, through your head, through your crown, going higher and higher. May some of you with karma be used to take our consciousness, our awareness all the way to the seventh plane of consciousness, creator of all that is consciousness level, and ask creator of all that is to show us what's the most important thing we need to understand when it comes to women having their own businesses, having their own money. So repeat with me. I release the belief that a woman is nothing. I release the belief that nothing cannot possess anything. I release the belief that a woman is forbidden from having her own money and her own business. I release the belief that a woman is forbidden from being independent from a man. I release the belief that if I, as a woman, have something of my own, a man would come along and take it all away from me. I release the belief that it is dangerous for a woman to have anything of her own. I release the belief that a woman's place is at home, not out there making money. I release the belief that a woman must financially depend on a man. I release the belief that a man must provide for a woman. I release the belief that it is a man's job to have a business, to make money. I release the belief that if I have my own money, I will interfere with man's ability to make money. I release the belief that if women earn their own money, they take away that money from the man. I release the belief that money is a man's business. I release the belief that God doesn't want women to have money. Again, every time I use the word God, I mean the false gods. When I say creator of all that is, that's when I mean the real being. I release the belief that God will punish me if I have my own money. I release all the vows and promises and agreements I have ever made to never earn more money than a man. I release all the vows, promises, agreements I have ever made to never earn more than my father. I release the belief that if I earn more than my husband, we will divorce. It will destroy our marriage. I release the belief I will disrespect the man in my life if I earn more than them. I release the belief that a man should always earn more than a woman. I release the belief that female jobs should always earn less than a man's job. I release the belief that men and women are not equal before the eyes of God. I release the belief that I am not allowed to have my own business. I release the belief that it is dangerous for me to have my own business. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never have my own business. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never succeed at any of my businesses. I release the belief that my job is to help men succeed with their businesses. I release the belief that I am only good at helping men succeed in their businesses. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never allow a man to help me with my business. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to believe that if I succeed with my business, my man would take it away from me, or the man around me will take all the credit for it. That was a big one. Many women are afraid of building anything up because it might be stolen by the man in their life. How many books that were published have actually been written by women, but their husbands or whoever in their life, they took all the credit, or they had to publish under a male name. Say, I release the belief I can never succeed unless I hide behind a man or a male name. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to pretend I am a man in order to succeed. I release the belief that my products, my services won't be as valued if the public knew that it's a woman behind them. That's also a big one. Where do we believe that just because something has a male stamp on it, it's more valuable? I release the belief that whatever a man produces or conceives is more valuable than what a woman produces or conceives. I release the belief that everything that comes from a man is more valuable than that which comes from a woman. I release all my trauma and pain from all the times when man took away my business, took away my money, took away everything I owned. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to have nothing on this physical plane out of fear that it will be taken away from me by a man. I mentioned this before. This is something that I had as an issue too. I thought I better keep all my money, everything on the karmic bank account where nobody can steal it from me, nobody can cheat me out of it. It's like the safest possible place because it's so dangerous on the physical plane. I would rather not have money here, have nothing on my bank accounts, because then nobody can steal it from me. So why are you denying yourself money? Denying yourself a business, denying yourself success, out of fear it will be somehow taken away from you. May some of you with karma abuse just scan the entire universe for all the beings that have forbidden you to have your own money. May some of you with karma abuse just create a field that is to neutralize all those energies. May some of you with karma abuse to energetically communicate to all those beings all the harm, pain, suffering that caused you with this programming. How much have you lost? How much have you missed out because of this programming? May some of you with karma abuse to communicate to all those beings all the pain, suffering. May some of the good karma abuse to receive this energy. May some of them good karma be of their good karma be used to show them the consequences of their actions. And may some of their good karma be used to neutralize all the decisions and choices they have ever made to program you or anybody to not have any business. I release the belief that if I have my own business, I will somehow offend my ancestors. I release the belief that my ancestors don't want me to have a business. I release my ancestral programming that women are not smart enough to have a business. I release the belief that I am legally forbidden from having my own business and my own money. That's also a big one. In the past, it was legally forbidden. Where are we still running that energy, even though the laws have changed? Where are we still running that belief that we are still somehow forbidden by law to not have any money, not to have any business? I release all my anger and frustration from all the times I have lost everything I had to a man who squandered everything that I had. I release all my anger and frustration from all the times I was reduced to poverty because of a man. That's another thing we're so afraid of having because we are afraid we will have to share it or, God forbid, give away everything we have. And then we're going to be standing there even poorer than we were before. How many fortunes were squandered by husbands, gambled away? I release the fear that if I have something to lose, somebody will come along and lose it all. With some of you with karma abuse, just create a volatility to restore to you that which is rightfully yours. With some of you with karma abuse, just scan the entire universe for all the things that are authentically yours, rightfully yours. And with some of you with karma abuse, just create a volatility to restore it all to you. I release the belief that it is easier to have a business for a man than for me. I release the belief that a man knows something about businesses that I don't know. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to let the man do the difficult things in life. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to let a man go before me. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never respect a man that makes less than I. That's another thing. We want equal pay, we want to earn more, but then at the same time, we look down on men as soon as they make less than us, as soon as we contribute more than them to the bills. We find a man weak if he's not financially stronger than us. We have all those judgments about men. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to judge a man based on how much money he has in relation to me. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never be able to forgive a man if he earns less than I. I release the belief that a man can never depend financially on a woman. I release the belief that a man who is financially dependent on a woman is not a man. I release the belief that a man must always be more successful than a woman, more successful than I. It's kind of like a catch-22, right? If I'm more successful than a man, then a man is not a man. I look down on him. And when a man is more successful than the woman, then again, it's not good. So what should it be then? It's a double bind, conflicting priorities. May some of you with karma be used to scan your entire family tree for all the ancestors that are against you having your own business, that are interfering with your business. May some of you with karma be used to communicate to all your ancestors that the times have changed. In this time and age, women can have businesses, can be entrepreneurial, can have their ideas, their success, their own money. And may some of you with karma be used to invite your ancestors to go before you, to make your path smoother, to help you succeed even more in your business and financially. Say, I release the belief that I am greedy if I want more money and more success. I release the belief that a woman should be happy with what she has and shouldn't ask for more. I release the belief that a woman shall support her husband and his business rather than building her own. I release the belief that nobody would want what a woman has to offer. I release all the programmings and beliefs that what I offer is not valuable. I release the belief that what I have to offer, nobody would want to pay money for. I give myself permission now to monetize my gifts and skills in whichever way I choose. And I allow myself to get paid for it. I release the belief that a woman must do unpaid work. You see, a lot of the work women do, such as raising children, cleaning the house, cooking, it's all unpaid work. I release the belief that I must slave in life without pay. I release the belief that a woman must never ask to get paid. May some of your good karma be used to scan the entire universe for all the beings who you've made who are dependent on you financially. May some of your good karma be used to disconnect them all. May some of your good karma be used just create a fall that is to neutralize all the decisions and choices you have ever made, to make anybody financially dependent on you, to provide for anybody. May some of your good karma be used to neutralize all those decisions and choices and move them all out of your energetic field now. I release the belief that I shouldn't have my own business, just as my mother didn't have, and all the women that came before her. I release the belief that just because nobody in my family had a business before, I also mustn't. I release the belief that I am doing something that is against our family traditions. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to be loyal to my family tree and not do anything they would not have done. That's another big one. There are all those loyalties, all those beliefs that if we somehow dance out of tune with the family, we get punished, excluded. I release the belief that if I have my own business and my own money, I will be excluded from my family. I will be exiled. I release the belief that if I have my own business and money and am successful, I will offend my ancestors. My ancestors will be angry with me. I release all the programmings, all the beliefs that my actions somehow could anger my ancestors. In many societies, cultures, religions, they often talk about don't do this, don't do that, you're gonna anger your ancestors. Where are you afraid of doing anything differently because of that? I release the fear that I somehow could anger my ancestors and they will punish me. I release all the fear of having my own business, growing my business by myself. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to not allow anybody to help me with my business. That's another thing. We often think we must do it all on our own, all by ourselves. I make a new decision now. May some of your good karma be used to as creative all that is, to invest into your business. May some of your good karma be used to as creative all that is, to bring about synchronicities, ideas, opportunities, the right clients, to help you succeed in your business. May some of your good karma be used to as creative all that is, to align your business with the divine purpose and plan. And help your business find its rightful place and the people it can best help you. It can best help. May some of your good karma be used just creative all that is, to give you all the permissions you need to have your own business. I release the belief that women can only have small businesses. I release the belief that I am not worthy, not good enough to have my own business. I release the belief that I am not ready to have my own business. I release the belief that now is not the right time to have my own business. I release the belief that I only have bad luck when it comes to my business. I release the belief that it is too difficult for me to have my own business. I release the belief that my business will never make me money. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to never allow my business to make me any money. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to have a non-for-profit business. I release all the religious programmings to never earn money doing what I love. May some of your good karma be used to neutralize all the vows, solemn vows, agreements, promises in any way across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you vow to never touch money, never handle money, never be around money, never have anything to do with money. Everywhere you vowed to be poor, everywhere you're still running the energy of a poor monk, poor nun, poor spiritual person. Everywhere you glorify poverty, I release all the programmings to glorify poverty. I release the belief it is better to be poor than rich. That's also a big belief. I release the belief God wants me to be poor. I release the belief that poverty is a blessing. I release all the programmings that I must be happy, satisfied with poverty, having nothing. I release the belief that life is easier when I don't have anything. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made, vows, promises, agreements, to give away all my riches to religious institutions. I release all the programmings that all my riches, everything I have, everything I accumulate, must go to religious institutions, must go to God, priests, religious leaders. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to believe that true riches await me in the afterlife, and I must sacrifice everything I have now for future riches. That's how religious groups kept people poor, promising them amazing things in the afterlife. So everywhere you believe that. I release all the decisions and choices I have made to believe that I must be protected from my own money, kept apart from my own money. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to reject money. If someone feel with karma abuse, to invite all your ancestors, all the beings that came before you. And if someone feel with karma abuse, to communicate to them that you are no longer are available for being sabotaged in your business, being held back just because you're a woman. You no longer believing all the things that have been told to you about women, what women cannot do, are not capable of doing. And some of you with karma abused to communicate to your entire family tree that you are stepping out of this energy now, and you're giving yourself all the permissions you need to do what feels right to you, regardless of your gender. May some of you with karma abuse to energetically command to your entire family tree to no longer be holding you back. May some of you with karma abuse to invite them to cooperate with you, collaborate with you and your business. You're beginning a new chapter in the family, new beginnings, new things, new opportunities. Whoever chooses to come back as a woman in your family line down the line in the future, they will all have an easier life because of you, because of the work that you do now. You give everybody else permission to do the same, to do what makes them happy. May some of your good karma be used to communicate to all your ancestors that they no longer need to protect you from your own money, from your business, from success. Give yourself permission to be free to do what you like. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a folder that is to remove all the obstacles on your path toward business growth, financial success. With some of your good karma abuse, to scan your next 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, 1 year. What's happening in your future? With some of your good karma abuse, to remove all the obstacles, all the confusions, all the veils, missed opportunities everywhere. There's stagnant energy, stale energy, obtrusive energy. And some of your good karma abuse, just create a folder this to clear your path. Remove all the blocks, interferences, dead ends, wasted energy. Say, I make a new decision now to succeed at everything I do. I make a new decision now to enjoy making money, growing my money, multiplying my money, maintaining my money, saving my money. I make a new decision now to grow my business, achieve success with my business. I release the belief that I am in the wrong business. I release all the doubts about my own business. I release doubting my own ability to grow this business. I release the belief that I can never succeed at anything I do by myself, for myself. That's another big one. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to wait for someone who knows how to do it for me. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to postpone, delay having my own business. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to be unsure, to not know what kind of business I should do. Everywhere you're choosing to not be aware, everywhere you deny your truth, is some of your good karma abuse to neutralize all of these decisions and choices. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to choose the safe path rather than the one that offers me the biggest growth. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to be afraid of my own capabilities, to deny my own capabilities. That's another big one. We've been everything. We've been men, we've been women. We've learned many, many things, but where are we denying that we can do it? Where we pretend we don't know how to do it. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to pretend like I don't know. I'm not capable of. I'm not strong enough, smart enough. All that pretense. I release all of that pretense now. Across all time, dimension, space, and reality, times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. May some of your karma be used to neutralize all that pretending energy in your energetic field. I release the belief men don't want me to succeed. I release the belief women don't want me to succeed. I release the belief that if I have my own business and money, somebody is bound to be upset with me. I release the belief that I will be attacked for it, destroyed for it, killed for it. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to be invisible. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to always play by the rules, to always play it safe, to let others decide about my life. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to agree, let others to decide on my behalf. That's another big one. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to give someone else responsibility over the choices and decisions I make. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to avoid responsibility or feeling responsible for the choices and decisions I make. I release blaming others for all the decisions and choices I make. That's another thing, we choose to not succeed, we choose to not have money, but then we blame, oh, it's the man's fault. It's our family's fault, it's my upbringing's fault that I don't have money, that I don't have a business. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to blame others for anything that's happening to me. I release all the decisions and choices I have ever made to choose to be powerless. Sometimes being powerless helped us to survive. Do you still need it? Does it still do anything for you? That is the question. I release the belief that being powerless serves me, serves my greater good. I make a new decision now I allow myself to be fully in my own power. I allow myself to show the world my power. I allow myself to be at peace with my power. And I allow myself to use my power to attain financial and business success. I allow myself now to apply my power and wisdom when it comes to my business and money. So be it, so be it, so be it. Put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth. Ground yourself 5 feet down, 5 feet out. Be fully present in the here and the now. And whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes and be fully alert and awake. So, so the next week's topic is going to be reverse gender roles, women trying to be men. So everywhere we're trying to be somebody we are not, and all that confusion around who we truly are. And that's what we're going to be looking into. So we've been everything, we've been men and women, and there is a reason why we chose to be in a female body now. And so we're going to look at that and embrace that part that we want to experience in this life. There is no need for us to be fighting or taking away a man's lessons just because we are not really fully embracing our own gender. Women are very powerful, but it doesn't have to be a threat to men. We don't have to, again, take away their lessons, their experiences. And those of you who would like to meet, to join a session tomorrow, there's going to be, the topic that we're going to be covering is going to be, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell. I was tapping a little bit on that today. Where are we denying our own wisdom, our own awareness? Everywhere we damped ourselves down, everywhere our default answer to things is, I don't know. We don't even think about it. We just, I don't know. And especially when it comes to you, who you are, what you're trying to do, we know so much more about ourselves. If we really truly sat with it, like, why is my business not succeeding? The answers would be coming. And the same as what's blocking my money, the answers would be coming. But we don't do it. We just default to this, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can tell. That's what we're going to be diving into. And also a couple of weeks ago, I had the topic of interferences with success. So this kind of like ties into what we were clearing today. So you might want to grab that replay as well. So it was all about what we are putting out there in our future that stands between us and our success, our attitudes towards success more than anything. And also on Thursdays, I host the money sessions, and people have been reporting to me lately again that many struggle asking for fair payment or just asking to get paid for their services or products, period. So that's what I want to work with you on Thursday. I want to really dive deeper with you in this whole, our own beliefs, attitudes about how valuable it is what we are offering to people, and remove whatever, because it all starts with us. If you believe nobody's going to pay for your services, nobody's going to pay for your services. If you believe your 1 hour of your work is worth $2,000, then you will always find people that will be willing to pay for it. So it has nothing to do with clients. It has everything to do with you and your beliefs. Okay, so if any of these topics speak to you, I would love to have you with us. And thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.